Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel English Literati. In today's video, I am going to discuss with you Anita Desai's a very famous short story, Games at Twilight. First of all, I am going to introduce you with the writer Anita Desai, and then I shall tell you the summary of the short story. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then do subscribe to it so that you never miss an update. The story is included in semester first of University of Lucknow, and it is the last story of unit 4. The name of the paper is short fiction. Let me introduce you the writer. Anita Desai Majumdar was born on 24th June 1937 in Mussoorie, is a very popular Indian novelist and short story writer, and presently she is serving as a professor of humanities at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, United States of America. Anita Desai is acknowledged as an accomplished writer par excellence. Her novels and short stories show her deep-rooted experiences, the inner lives of Indian men and women soaked in Indian ethos, culture, kindness, and compassion, etc. Her works characterize eloquence, subtlety, and lucid prose. She raises feminist issues, politics, and other social problems of post-colonial India. She was daughter of a Bengali businessman and a German mother. Shortly after their marriage, her parents moved to New Delhi, where Desai was raised with her two elder sisters and brother. She knew Hindi, Urdu, Bengali, and English well. She began to write in English at the age of 7 and published her first story when she was just 9 years old. She got early education from Queen Mary's Higher Secondary School in Delhi and did her graduation in English literature in 1957 from Miranda House of the University of Delhi. In 1958, she married Ashwin Desai, the director of Computer Software Company and author of the book Between Eternities, Ideas on Life and the Cosmos, and had 4 children with him. In 1993, her novel In Custody was adapted by Merchant Ivory Productions into an English film by a very famous director Ismail Merchant, and screenplay was written by Shah Rukh Hussain. It won the 1994 President of India Gold Medal for Best Picture, and the stars of this movie were Shashi Kapoor, Shabana Azmi, and Om Puri, etc. Awards. She received a Sahitya Academy Award in 1978 for her novel Fire on the Mountain from Sahitya Academy. She won the British Guardian Prize for The Village by the Sea in 1983. She got Sahitya Academy Fellowship in 2007 and was conferred with Padma Bhushan in 2014, etc. She was shortlisted 3 times for Booker Prize: 1984 Clear Light of Day, in 1984 In Custody, in 1999 for Fasting Feasting, but unfortunately she never got this award. But fortunately, her daughter Kiran Desai got this in 2006 for her novel Inheritance of Loss. She is member of the advisory board of Sahit Lala Academy and a fellow of the Royal Society of Literature. Now I am going to introduce you with the works of the writer. Cry the Peacock was published in 1963, a very famous novel. Her maiden novel Voices in the City, 1965, Bye Bye Blackbird, 1971, The Peacock Garden, 1974, Where Shall We Go This Summer, 1975, Cat on a Houseboat, 1976, Fire on the Mountain, 1977, Games at Twilight and Other Stories, published in 1978, Clear Light of Day, 1980, The Village by the Sea, 1982, Baumgartner's Bombay, 1988, Journey to Ithaca, 1995, Scholar and Gypsy, 1996, Fasting Feasting, 1999, Diamond Dust and Other Stories were published in 2000, The Zigzag Way, 2004, The Artist of Disappearance, 2011. In her stories, Anita Desai has presented the various hues of human behavior, observing closely people's frailties and frivolities with passion and precision in the backdrop of beautiful natural surroundings. The story is about children of the joint family busy in playing games of childhood. At Twilight, Ravi, a minor boy, is the protagonist of the story, and he wants to be cared of and attended to. Childhood and its joys, sorrows, mystery, fantasy, reality, and fear, etc., are the themes used by the writer in the story. Characters. The main characters of the story are children Ravi, Manu, Raghu, Meera, Anu, etc. Now I am going to discuss with you the summary of the short story. Well, the story revolves around Ravi and other children of a big joint family living in harmony. The setting is laid down in North Indian city in hot and humid summer day. The story shows the theme of reality pitted against fantasy. The story also shows the psychology of the children and what goes inside their mind. The children are free spirit and can't be confined. They flutter like birds to chirp and need attention of others. The story begins showing children locked inside the house to evade scorching heat of the summer, but all children who are siblings and cousins flutter to break the cocoon and come in veranda to play, promising to play within the vicinity of the house to their mothers. The mothers allow them after they get bathed and hairs brushed. Everything in summer is affected by the scorching heat, be it plants, garden, birds, animals, and even human beings. Mothers too go for bath and get a fresh, wearing new saris and showering talcum powder on their skin. Amid an interesting story, the writer also gives beautiful description of natural surroundings. The children burst out like seeds from a ripe food and gather near veranda. After getting allowed from mothers, they decide to play hide and seek game. Ravi, Raghu, Manu, Anu, Meera and other children look upbeat for the game. Meera, who was little older than other children except Raghu, shouts at children to make a circle and to clap. She chants in unison with the children, dip, 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 my blue ship. Meera decides that Raghu, who was older boy, to become it and search hidden children. Raghu, a football player gifted with long, hairy legs, shows athleticism and catches a small boy, Manu, who becomes first out of the game. Ravi, the protagonist, a small boy, sneaks in a locked shed through the gap between wall and door and hides himself. He is full of joy and ecstasy to be able to be in the shed, a safer place to be searched. Ravi hears the sound of the whistle of Raghu and sits on the upturned flower pot behind the garage. The garage was locked with a big lock whose key the driver had taken and was sleeping on his cot there. Ravi could easily see him through the shed. Next to the garage was another shed with a big green door which was hardly opened. Ravi had never seen such a dark and depressing place, smelling like mortuary. Raghu came and whistled near the shed, but Ravi slipped off the flower pot. He leapt up as Raghu touched the wall with his stick, but Ravi became motionless. But Raghu soon goes away from there. He feels tickle at the back of his neck. He sees a spider and collects courage to ward it off. He becomes also full of fear that any other insect like a snake could touch him or bite him. Raghu walks around, but Ravi thinks that he will win the game as Raghu couldn't find him or search him. Darkness approaches. He sees old furniture smelling foul and decides to sit in bathtub. As time passes, he thinks that after winning the game, he will again be with siblings and cousins. He is excited that he is the winner as Raghu couldn't catch him or find him. He wants to show his superiority over others and dreams of when Twilight seems him bringing more darkness, and he thinks whether game is over, but he knows that the game can't be over without finding him. He decides to come out of the shed and crack in the veranda unattended. He begins to sob. He begins crying, tears rolling down on his cheek. He clamors that he is the winner. His mother comes and tries to console him, but he was shocked to see that children were unmindful of him and they forgot him and began playing after games. Now they begin to play a game in which two children form a tunnel with arms, and children have to pass through it, ducking their heads again and again, singing song about being remembered after death. The grass is green, the rose is red, remember me when I am dead, dead, dead. Meera tells Ravi to stand at the last of the queue to play the game, and mother also advises to join the game. But Ravi is not happy with the apathy of children towards him and goes to garden instead, lays his face on the ground, feeling crushed and crestfallen and thinking about his insignificance. Thus, story and showing the children's psychology and our obliviousness of their emotional needs. Thank you and thank you very much.